Mad Max Fury Road. I normally reserve like movie reviews for my tech channel, but today is something special. In the history of Australian cinema, there's very few movies that are as iconic as Mad Max. Mad Max 2 was probably considered one of the most epic, apocalyptic car action movies of possibly all time. And it definitely set a style and a theme that people have tried to replicate in the past. For me, I'm going to be very, very biased because I've watched Mad Max 2 so many times as a child, growing up and as an adult. And it would rate as probably one of my all-time favourite movies. Along comes Mad Max 4, Fury Road. Well, Mad Max 3 didn't live up to the expectations as it would hardly be able to of Mad Max 2. And so here we come to Mad Max Fury Road. So I saw some of like the previews and some of the pictures, and to me the vehicles looked sort of over the top, and I didn't really have any excitement or really a great interest to watch it. I kind of thought it might have been a little bit of a letdown. But the movie came out. I had a look on Internet Movie Database, and everyone's given it like 8, 9, 10 out of 10. And I thought, wow, it must be okay. And then a movie reviewer in Australia gave it a 5 out of 5, and I thought, maybe there is something about this movie that's worth going to check out. And so I went to the cinemas to support the creation of the movie and to basically show my interest and support for the movie. And man, I was blown away. So let me just give you like an insight into Mad Max. Mad Max was played by Mel Gibson, and there's no possible way that another actor could capture the heart and the soul of the character that was Mad Max that was created by Mel Gibson. It's just not going to happen. And so the first part of the movie that, you know, is going to sort of cause a problem is Mel Gibson is not in it. No matter what your opinion of Mel Gibson is, Mel Gibson created the character Mad Max, and he did a really, really good job. And that was sort of like his sort of early days acting. So forget about whatever your views are on Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson is a good actor, and Mel Gibson is Mad Max. And so we'll just forget about the character of Mad Max at the moment, and we'll just focus on the theme and the heart of Mad Max. It's an apocalyptic world where gasoline is the most valuable substance that there is. Water seems to hold little value, and food you don't even hear about except eating dog food. Mad Max 2. And so pretty much straight away they've managed to capture the heart of what Mad Max 2 was, where, you know, you had your vehicle, and your vehicle was your life. You know, it was the thing that got you from A to B, got you out of trouble, and basically it was your life. And so Mad Max and his vehicle was a key part of the movie. And the truck being such a menacing vehicle is another key area of the movie. And so the movie starts off with Mad Max, and it's a little bit of a letdown at the beginning for me. So Tom Hardy plays Mad Max, and there's no point trying to compare him to the original Mad Max. So George Miller, the director of the original one, has come back for this movie, and I don't think anyone else could have done it except him. And so the character Mad Max and his sort of character role is sort of pushed to the side. And I think that was a really smart move. And that the focus of the character of the movie was pushed more onto Charlize Theron. And I'm quite a fan of her. And let me just start by saying that the way that her character come onto the screen with something that was missing, I'm trying not to give away spoilers with this, set her character up for an immediate development and immediate interest, and not feeling sorry for her, but wanting to kind of learn more. So they put more character development onto her character, which I think was a really, really smart move. So now we're going to talk about Tom Hardy. So Tom Hardy did a good job, I thought. I tried to forget about the comparisons, and I think he did a good job as Mad Max. Not a great job, but it's impossible for him to do that. It's just not going to happen. So, he did the best job that he could. Charlize Theron was the standout of the movie, but she was designed to be the standout of the movie. Oh, sorry. She was not the standout of the movie. The movie is based around the vehicles, the apocalyptic environment, that quest and that thirst for gasoline. And, that's sort of what drives you on. So I think the movie lost its passion and drive for gasoline, and the focus was instead on people. And I guess that's just the direction that they wanted to go on in the movie. But Mad Max is about the vehicles, the apocalyptic environment, and the road. And they captured the heart of Mad Max, and the driving and the action. They captured it to a T. It was cinematic perfection with cars. It's kind of like a car chase, but the way that they portrayed it, and the action and the vehicles, like when I saw the vehicles on screen, when you saw them all together, the over-the-top appearance of them was sort of merged into just awesomeness, just spectacular, almost like military precision of an attack formation of road rage, in an apocalyptic environment. Sorry. And so, the movie is based around the chase, and the chase is like almost a 2-hour event, and they somehow managed to sort of have the action, start, like it sort of started a little bit, and then it sort of let you down a little bit, and then you got a little bit of character development. And the characters that they used in the movie were some of the old characters in the original movies, which I thought was really good. And, they had the bad guy, and they definitely captured sort of what I think they tried to capture in Mad Max 3, but they did it quite well in this movie, of the people and the environment. And then the character developed, come up, and then, a little bit of action started to come on, and then it sort of just ramped up, and the action just kept ramping up and ramping up and ramping up, and then you got like a little bit of a lull with a little bit of more character development, and then back into more action, and kind of it flowed, I thought, quite well, to the point where, it's a good movie where you lose sense of time and you sort of get really wrapped up into the movie itself. So it had like action, a little bit of character development, action, car chase, great cinematography, great car stunts. The cars themselves were over the top, but that was kind of like the essence of Mad Max. You know, the whole world was based around gasoline and your vehicle, and so it was over the top, but it it created that sense of the world and the environment and the sort of desperation that it was. The characters in white, they were kind of a little bit strange, and it was very strange to hear them talk in a very casual, almost Australian style accent. So that was a little bit of a throw off, but it worked fine throughout the movie. So I'm giving the movie 10 out of 10 because I'm completely biased and yep. So basically, Mad Max is like the iconic Australian movie, and I'm hoping that you will support the movie cinemas and the directors and the actors and go see this movie on the big screen. It's an action movie involving cars that you will very rarely come across. Mad Max 2 was really, really good, but this was spectacular in its action. And so, they didn't, I guess the focus wasn't really on Mad Max. It was more on Ferocious, Charlize Theron's character, and the cars themselves, because the movie you just can't do a Mad Max movie without Mel Gibson. And so they shifted the focus a little bit off of that to balance it out, I guess. And so the movie is very, very well balanced. And Tom Hardy, you did a great job, and I was quite happy with your performance. So I strongly suggest seeing this on the big screen. 3D I don't think is necessary, but if you want to watch it in 3D and it's available in 3D, you go for it. One of Dimitri's all-time recommended movie experiences, Mad Max 2 and Mad Max Fury Road.